Write a story from the perspective of a government archaeologist who was brought to Area 51 after discovering a buried alien chamber in the Nevada desert. The story should feel like a terrifying r/no-sleep confession, with mystery and horror elements. Structure: 6 parts. Introduction: The archaeologist explains they were part of a desert excavation when they found a strange metallic structure underground. Soon after, the military arrived and hired them. The discovery: they are taken to Area 51, where the chamber has been transported. It resembles a tomb, filled with alien carvings and warnings in a language no one can decipher. The awakening: during research, the team accidentally activates something inside, an ancient containment unit begins to open. The prisoner: describe what's inside, not just an alien, but something that feels alive and wrong, like a predator that was never meant to be freed. The chaos: the creature awakens, destroying containment, slaughtering guards, and warping reality around it. Some scientists go insane just by looking at it. The conclusion: the archaeologist ends the post with regret, saying, "We didn't discover it. We released it." And if you hear about strange disappearances in the desert, stay far away. Tone: dark, cinematic, chilling, like the narrator knows they unleashed something unstoppable. Divide the story into 6 parts and send me the first part only. At Area 51, they showed me what they'd unearthed. The chamber wasn't just transported, it was reconstructed, piece by piece, inside a reinforced hangar. Imagine a tomb, but not made for anything human. The walls were lined with symbols that shimmered when you stared too long, like they shifted to avoid being understood. They'd set up labs, scanners, translation software. Nothing worked. Every carving resisted interpretation, but the patterns felt less like writing and more like warnings. Spirals, jagged fractures, eyes carved over and over again. Watching. Inside the chamber stood what looked like a coffin, tall and narrow, bound by black plates of the same seamless metal. Not welded, not bolted, as if the material itself wanted to stay shut. The military called it the containment unit. The scientists whispered a different word when they thought no one was listening. Prison. Weeks blurred into each other inside that hangar. My job was to document, to sketch the chamber, to compare its carvings with ancient scripts. Nothing matched. Still, every night I'd dream of those spirals, turning, pulling me inward. Then came the mistake. One of the physicists insisted the symbols weren't just writing, they were instructions. A sequence. A lock. He was half right. During a test, we ran an electrical scan across the unit. The lights in the facility flickered, and the carvings lit up. Not with reflection, with their own inner glow. The air turned heavy, charged, like the moment before lightning strikes. Alarms screamed. We scrambled to shut it down, but it was too late. The black plates across the coffin shifted. Not like metal breaking, more like muscle relaxing. We hadn't opened it. It was opening itself. The sound it made wasn't mechanical. It was closer to a sigh, long and relieved, like something waking from a nightmare. And in that moment, every person in the room realized the truth at the same time. This chamber wasn't a monument. It wasn't a relic. It was a door. And we had just unlocked it. When the plates finally pulled apart, the room fell silent. Inside stood something tall, bound in what looked like layers of brittle, stone-like skin. At first I thought it was a corpse. But then its head tilted, not smoothly, but with sharp, insect-like snaps. Its shape was almost human, but wrong in ways my mind still refuses to settle on. Limbs too long, joints bending where they shouldn't, a face that seemed to shift when you looked at it from the corner of your eye. The thing didn't lunge, didn't scream. It just watched us. And the longer it stared, the harder it was to breathe. Some of the soldiers dropped their rifles and clutched their helmets as if their skulls were splitting open. One scientist whispered that he could hear it speaking inside his head, promising him knowledge if he came closer. It wasn't an artifact. It wasn't even an alien in the sense we imagine. It was a predator. A prisoner, sealed away for a reason older than our species. And we had just set it free. The first gunshot shattered the silence. A guard panicked and opened fire. The bullets never hit, they bent, like the air itself warped around the thing. Then it moved. It crossed the room faster than my eyes could follow. One moment the soldier was standing, the next he was gone, body folded in ways that no longer resembled human form. The others fired, screamed, ran. None of it mattered. Reality bent wherever it walked. Walls rippled like water. Light stretched into blinding threads. I saw one of the physicists drop to his knees, laughing and clawing at his own eyes as if he'd just glimpsed something too vast to survive. The creature wasn't attacking out of hunger or rage. It felt more like curiosity. Like a child pulling apart insects just to see what they look like inside. We tried lockdown protocols, sealing the hangar doors. But doors, walls, barriers, they meant nothing to it. It passed through them as though they were smoke, dragging screams behind it. In minutes, the containment team was gone. Half were slaughtered. The rest, I don't even know if they died. Some were just gone, erased, like they'd been unwritten from the world. And I knew then, whatever it was, we weren't containing it. We were feeding it. I don't know how I survived. Maybe it didn't notice me, maybe it wanted me to live long enough to tell the story. By the time reinforcements arrived, the hangar was silent. The thing was gone. They tried to erase everything, the bodies, the records, even our names. I shouldn't even be writing this. But silence won't save anyone now. We thought we had discovered something. The truth is worse. We released it. So if you ever hear about strange disappearances in the Nevada desert, hikers vanishing, caravans abandoned, whole stretches of sand where radio signals die, don't go looking. Don't get curious. Because it's out there now, hunting. And whatever it was imprisoned for, it's free again.